What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm talking about one from Olive Films, and it is Return of the Ape Man. So this is a 1944, very low-budget B movie. It stars Bela Lugosi as a mad scientist. That is enough premise for me to watch just about anything. Anyway, he's kind of a really cold, science-minded dude. He'll do whatever it takes to make these big advancements in science. His latest thing is that he and some colleagues came upon a frozen caveman, and they want to unthaw him out. And as miracles of miracle, they unthaw him, and he's still alive. And so he's like, running around and trashing stuff. They end up getting him subdued and kind of, locking him down. And they know that he, like, in his brain, he has all this information about what life was like, from his time. And so the idea is, how can you get that information out of him whenever, he has the brain of a caveman? He can't talk or reason. So Bela Lugosi says, hey, what we ought to do is take a modern brain and put it into his body, like put it into his head. And so, of course, that requires, somebody's brain. Nobody's going to donate it. But Bela Lugosi is not going to let that stop him. So he's going to kill somebody and take the brain and put it into this caveman. And one of his colleagues, played by John Carradine, is not going to allow that to happen. So he says, hey, look, rather than somebody dying for this, I'll volunteer to do it. They put his brain into the caveman, and obviously things don't go as planned. I like this movie. It's definitely just a little fun, hour-long B movie. It's definitely super low budget. Not a lot happens in it. If you've seen a lot of the really low-budget stuff Bela Lugosi and John Carradine and the other, horror legends did, it's definitely not anything groundbreaking or, anything spectacular. But it's just a really fun movie. Getting to see Bela Lugosi as like a super creepy mad scientist is always going to be fun to me and definitely worth seeing. That movie obviously doesn't have any blood, doesn't have any sleaze. It's a 1944, classic horror classic era horror movie. It does have some funny parts in it. It's a little bit like on the campy side, I guess. But I like the performances. I thought Lugosi did fine. He doesn't kind of like phone it in here like he does in some of his later work. So I think if you're a fan of Lugosi, Carradine, or just the kind of old school 40s horror vibes, I think this is one that's definitely worth checking out. It's only an hour long, and like I said, it's not any kind of, anything super spectacular or memorable, but it's just a really solid B movie that, again, just Bela Lugosi as a mad scientist is reason enough for me to want to watch a movie like this. The Blu-ray is from Olive Films. It doesn't have any extras. It's got it in the original aspect ratio. It looks fine. It looks pretty clean and clear. It looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. I've only seen this on an old DVD, and it looked okay then, but this is obviously a huge improvement on that. So if you're a fan of the movie, this is definitely going to be the definitive version to own. Price-wise, it's pretty fairly priced, so I think if this is a movie that you want in your collection, this is the best way to see it. I just think being able to see it in HD makes a big difference. I'd rather have, the best possible visual presentation, even though there's not any extras. So again, if you're a fan of like the older kind of low-budget B-movie horror, this is definitely something to look into if you're a fan of Bela Lugosi especially. And like I said, I know I'm kind of biased, but anything that's got him as a mad scientist, I want to see it, no matter how bad or cheesy it is. So that's Return of the Ape Man. If you like this video, make sure to check out my review at markfusion.com. I did a full write-up on Return of the Ape Man. There's a ton of other horror cult exploitation from all eras there, as well as all kinds of other stuff, TV shows, anime, video games. I'm also on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at markfusion. You can also check out my Patreon if you want to get exclusive content. But the best way to help me out is just to hit that sub button. That greatly helps me out. And even like one sub can make a huge difference. So I would greatly appreciate that if you like these videos, if you do that for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Either way, even if you don't sub, I still love you, and it's okay. I understand. I might not sub to me either with this kind of hard sell going on right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you soon.